Army investigating soldiers who posed in dog bondage masks. There's one for you.
Wow.
That's not a
Damn,
violation.
Blake, I thought that was you at first.
That's not a violation of military uniform code or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just one. And then you have, you expect a volunteer military to sign up and protect their country out of patriotism while you actively encourage an education system that says the country, our identities as white males are complete trash. And then you don't give them food.
Oh, yeah.
Food insecurity among members of the armed forces and their dependents.
This is nothing new. This has been going on since the 70s. I mean,
probably I was going to say before Pops got in, yeah.
I mean, one of the main reasons they brought the commissaries on post and they took away the taxes because all of the food used to be subsidized to the point it was really, really affordable.
Yeah.
All right. And they changed the pay. They screwed all that up. But, yeah, I mean, this is nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I mean, if you want to have a professional military, right, you want people to enlist to serve in that military, you need to compensate them better so this doesn't happen. I've already done the math. A dirtbag right out of high school could walk down the block, get a job flipping burgers at McDonald's for $15 an hour. And he will out-earn a soldier who enlists by roughly $400 to $500 a month. He only has to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. He doesn't have to worry about risking his life, getting hurt, or anything like that. Unless you need the college education and you need the GI Bill, I highly advise you not to enlist in the military in any way, shape, or form, especially after we saw the whole jab and slab going on. They literally want you to volunteer so they could turn you into a guinea pig.
Yep.
Don't do it. And I understand this is your job, and I'm talking against it. I got it, but there will always be dudes.
I agree, though.
There will always be dudes who want to put bullets in people.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to find them, make them pass all the crap, and just send them where they need to go to learn how to do that. I got it.
It blows my mind, man.
No, I agree. Like these guys are getting paid, fucking pennies on the dollar compared to you come in as an E1, you're going to make between $26,000 and $28,000, which I can make the same thing flipping a frickin' burger, like you'd said, Pops.
Yep.
And the only benefit is you're right. You get a college like the GI Bill, or you get the free health care. But even then, it still could be a fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah. Well, the free health care is, I've seen military health care, and there's a reason why it's free.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Hey, you got a stub toe? Best we can do is kill you.
Yeah, pretty much. And you were saying, too, like, unless you need to go to college, why would you even want to do that now? Because of the wokeness and diversity training that you're getting in the military, you're going to get a dose of it there, and then you're going to go to college, and it's going to be saturated in everything you learn.
That's right. You need to just go to a trade school, and you'll be making more money than they will. It'll take them about 5 to 8 years to match you in the amount of money that you will make working a trade.
Yep.
And you will not be saddled with all of the debt that these stupid idiots have.
Let's check this out. What the feds are teaching in diversity training.
Oh, my God.
Men can get pregnant. Don't you dare ask for data, and other lessons from diversity training across the federal government.
Yeah, this is insane.
Look at this. Asking an Asian person for math help is a microaggression.
Reverse racism doesn't exist.
You're right, it doesn't. It's just racism.
All right, so that's
Even
telling
though
me if you're a white guy, get the fuck out of the military.
There you go.
Just get the fuck out.
This is insane. These are just a few of the lessons imparted to government workers in diversity trainings and presentations in 2021. This was revealed in the Wall Street Journal. One NASA training states that efforts to be colorblind actually limit us. Another identifies the words America as a melting pot and don't you want a family as microaggressions, along with asking an Asian person for help with a math or a science problem. A third lists perfectionism and data is king as examples of common leadership mistakes.
I'm pregnant right now.
Wow, really?
So having accurate information now makes you a bad leader in the eyes of the federal government,
That is,
which explains our president.
yeah. Well,
Our commander in chief.
President.
and they're like, okay. When I was in, we had the whole suicide craziness going on, and we were literally doing a suicide stand down 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Where everything stops, we have these goddamn suicide briefings, and it did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And now we have to worry about microaggressions. I'm sorry, but if I'm good at something and someone comes up to me and says, "Can I have help with this?" I look at that as a boom to my work. That it would be
That's like
recognized
respect.
by somebody. It is a sign of respect. It's not a microaggression.
No, it is. And now,
No.
now, are they still making you do all of those online training courses once a year, like for OBSEC and computer security?
Yeah, well, so we do that, and now we got the woke fucking training, where
Yay.
if you identify as a male but you're born as a female, until you are completely re-signed, whatever it says in your DEERS is what you are. So we've got guys that can shower with women if they identify as a female, if it's updated in their DEERS.
Yeah, listen, this is just insane.
That's totally not
Get
gonna
the
get-
fuck out of the military.
No one's going to
Just
exploit
get the
that.
fuck out. Oh, my God.
I'm all for co-ed showers like Starship Troopers and all that, but that was science
Hell
fiction.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
the military's
Come on.
becoming real close to science fiction at this point.
Wow.
Absolutely. At this point, these people are going to donate their bodies to science fiction. And we got more here. Value and center lived experience, the presentation says. Do not demand data in order to accept a person's individual perspective or to utilize that perspective in decision making.
What? All right. So they're basically making decisions based on their lived truth.
Yep.
That could be all kinds of fucked up.
We used to understand that there were 3 sides to every argument. Your side, the other person's side, and the truth.
Now, they want to add 4 now. My truth,
No,
which is
they want to eliminate the one in the middle and then claim that 2 people with diametrically opposing views, one of them is correct as long as their skin color and genitalia is correct.
yeah.
If you're the...
As long as it fits the agenda.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to backfire on these people at all. The focus on
never.
subjective experience extends to the Army, where 2 separate trainings, one for commanders and another for special staff, feature a vignette about a soldier who wants to discuss his newly confirmed pregnancy. Another vignette collapses the distinction between gender and biological sex, imagining a urine collector who is uncomfortable observing soldiers who are not the same biological gender as the observer. The Army, of course, did not respond to a request for comment.
No, they won't. And listen, everyone
Excuse
knows
me, boys.
this.
Pokemon's on.
This is so. This is more fucked up than 2 dudes banging in church with the priest participating.
Oh my
This is
God.
totally insane.
Wow.
And of course, where did all this come from? You know where it came from. Many of these presentations came after former Vice President, let's call him what he is, Joe Biden, signed an executive order in June of 2021 instructing agencies to beef up their diversity programming. Such training programs should enable federal employees, managers, and leaders to have knowledge of systemic and institutional racism and bias. Hysterically funny that this comes from the institution that's allegedly full of bias and systemic racism.
Yeah.
The order said, as well as an increased understanding of implicit and unconscious bias. Yeah, we're just going to have all implicit bias now.
Yep. And listen, if you're in a unit that's going through this kind of craziness, and your commander is, mediocre to incompetent at best, you literally get with all of the soldiers, find out if they're happy with what's going on. If you can get 20% to file an IG complaint stating they have no confidence in their commander, that commander's gone. I mean, that's just the way it is. And it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this here. This comes from the Department of Veterans Affairs. You see this graphic here? Social concepts. Privilege. You got a stack of boxes. Somebody's up way up, and this person can barely see. Equality. Everyone has the same size box, which is exactly what it should be.
That's right.
Equity. where everybody is at the same height, but this person's given a lot more. And then justice is just tearing down the fence because fences don't work unless they're surrounding the White House to protect an illegitimately installed puppet.
But the thing is, that fence represents the standard challenges of life.
Yes.
All right, you're never going to get rid of that fence because guess what? We don't walk up to a control panel, push a button, and have our food magically be created out of fucking energy. We don't live in Star Trek land. Everything here on the planet requires effort.
Yep.
You don't get something for nothing. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And these goddamn pieces of shit from the no one loses generation are going to figure that out in short order.
Yep.
God damn it.
I don't think there's any redemption for the millennials and Gen Z at this point. Gen Z, you're still young. You might be able to turn it around, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in you at this point, considering that your first order of business now when you get out of high school is either to chop your shit off and form it into something that doesn't naturally exist on your body or start an OnlyFans and expect me to respect you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to sign up for either one of those things. I'm not going to partake in your delusions, and you can kiss my ass.
I mean, if you live your life purely for money, you're just a glorified prostitute.
Yep.
That's it.
Prostitute.
Yeah.
So, with all this going on, gee, I wonder why you got so many donuts in the recruiting sector.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to get worse because the word is getting out because there's other channels like that talk about a lot of the same shit I do that are out there.
Yep.
Now, granted, my footprint is not that big.
No. Well, YouTube made sure of that.
Yeah. But, we'll figure it out.
Fucking Susie Q.
So, you personally, what are you seeing right now with the recruiting struggle on the ground?
All right, so the biggest struggle right now, other than the fucking poke and smoke bullshit, is just the fucking liberal media right now is trying to make out America to be a fucked up country, that because the war in Ukraine and Russia right now, that, you might end up overseas there. Like, that's not our fucking war. Why are we set at $72 billion?
I know.
Plus whatever this new bullshit bill is. So they've got everybody fucking brainwashed that you're going to go to war or fuck your country. America don't care about you. At this point, it kind of doesn't. Like,
no.
Like Pops and I, Pops gave a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over his 33-year career for this country. And what happened? He got treated like dog shit. And these young adults are seeing this, that our country doesn't care about us, that we are merely puppets in a fucking cog, and they don't want to be a part of it. Or it boils down to simply that you should be given everything instead of going out and earning it. And that's what these fucking kids are thinking these days is mommy and daddy will take care of me.
Yep.
Yep.
And Ukraine has now gotten more money than it would have taken to finish the damn wall, which was apparently an expense way too big to burden the American people with.
It was something like
we can't give them $5 billion, but wait, let's send Ukraine $72 billion plus another $400 million.
A country that's not even our ally.
Correct.
And that up until Trump mentioned that there were problems with corruption within their inner sanctum, the media were the ones calling them out for the the people who could not see, They were the ones saying, okay,
I did not see that one coming.
Problem with these neos over here, and we need to be aware of that, and there's a lot of corruption and there's a lot of money laundering going on. As soon as Trump said it, though, orange man bad, so now everything that we've been reporting on for years is suddenly null and void because orange man bad.
Orange man bad.
Give me a fucking break.
Absolutely.
All right. So in regards to your recruiting,
yes,
what are they doing to soldiers who can't get the quota of one a month?
So they keep claiming they're going to fire people, but they haven't done shit yet because they're struggling so bad that they won't do anything to anybody. My recruiter, his name's Sergeant Becker, he recruited me 11 and a half years ago. He's been doing this now for almost 17 years. And when he was rolling donuts for a while, they're like, well, you might get fired. And he's like, all right, then fucking fire me. And they won't fire people. He holds the record right now in my state for the most enlistments in the time that he's been in.
Okay.
Because back when he started, everybody wanted to join, and he got an award last month for having over 350 people in 16 years. So he's fucking hitting numbers left and right. And then this year and last year combined, he only got 5 people.
Wow.
So they're not doing anything right now. They're going to threaten us, but they're not going to do shit because they're hiring recruiters left and right to try to get these numbers up.
Yeah. One of the
according
things
to
they were doing
what's that?
back in the day, one of the things they were doing back in the day is they were keeping recruiters in the office for like 16, 18 hours a day.
Yeah, so my coworker, so like I said, I'm not at the same armory anymore. I got moved to a different one, but my office partner was trying to get out at 3:00 today. I helped him out with some stuff, and our transformer robot in disguise decided to send out a fucking text at like 2:45. You need this, and this by COB, close of business. The close of business was like 1700, and he wanted all this shit updated. And my office partner goes, "How the fuck am I supposed to do this?" Like, he was all ready to go home, see his wife, his dog, his grandkids, and now he's got to stay longer.
Yep.
Like they are. No, it's not every recruiter. It's in my company. It's trash because my boss, who's an E8, wants to belittle you, treat you like a private. When I say micromanage, like, you got to tell him what time they're taking a shit.
Yeah, listen.
In order for him to be happy.
Yeah, you guys need to get together and do some IG complaint, and get rid of that motherfucker.
When I say like he's mentally unstable, he really is. Like, the easiest way to describe it is one day he might be way up here and like, I'm in a good mood, and the next day he wants to fucking kill us all. And I get it, like, we all go through some shit, but you can't use that as an excuse.
When you are the dude,
I don't care.
When you're the dude, you cannot do that. When I was the master sergeant / first sergeant, there were lots of times that I was lividly pissed at other soldiers, and I couldn't do anything until I calmed down, because I had enough power. I could royally screw people's lives. And you just don't do that willy-nilly for no reason, especially if you're angry. You got to have some restraint. And that's how your subordinates... You got to take a deep breath
and level out a little bit.
That's how your subordinates respect you, because they see you get pissed, but you don't fly off the handle. You're like, I'll be back in an hour.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.